Now we're looking at this question called Thyme, which is a kind of like a closing question, but it also could be one of those odd questions that comes in between. Okay, so have a look at it. You are manager of Thyme Co., firm of chartered certified accountants. You're currently involved in completion stage of 2 engagements relating to different clients. Both engagements have raised issues that require your attention. Okay, Rocket is a listed client operating in engineering industry. So you got engineering industry. Okay. The next one, the company manufactures machinery for use in aircraft, defense, and marine. Audit for year ending is almost complete. Revenue and profit figures are there. Now, audit procedures identified 2 sales transactions in the final quarter of the year that related to 2 different customers, but where goods were delivered to the same location. 2 different customers, same location. Okay. So I think that looks like an issue that you should be aware of. Okay. Now, further investigation revealed the goods were delivered to third party who agreed to store them until customers were delivered. The goods were delivered to third party until the customers were ready to receive delivery. So you have this question on IFRS 15. I hope you know which area of IFRS 15 is this. This kind of relates, remember, this kind of relates to what we call bill and hold. Okay, bill and hold. You build a person and then you hold. Okay. So that might be something that you should be aware of. All right. Okay. Let's move on to the next thing. You got the goods have yet to be delivered. Okay. They are both building their customers, because they're both building new facilities and neither have sufficiently progressed to receive the new machinery. So they can't receive the new machinery yet. Remember, they can't receive the new machinery yet, which kind of means you may not be able to recognize the revenue yet. Clear? Okay. Now let's move on to the next part. The contract term explicitly said that Rocket is obliged to deliver the goods to customer for final inspection and acceptance, and client has not agreed to any consequent amendment to these terms. Sales invoice were raised, revenue recognized upon dispatch to storage facility. During discussion, the finance director said the company had fulfilled its contractual obligation to provide goods by a specified date. You got 7 marks here. Comment on matters described above and explain further action necessary before audit report can be signed. Discuss implication for the audit report if the adjustments are not made. Okay, let's go through this one. So is it material? Seventeen divided by 1. Okay. That will be the first one, materiality, alright? Well, the arrangement clearly indicates the customer must what? Well, revenue fell by 1489 minus can. Okay, let's look at the further actions to be done. Okay, that covers that issue. Implication on the audit report. Okay, let's look at what's going to be the impact on the audit report because of this. So when we look at the implications on the audit report, the main one you're looking at is whether you're going to give material pervasive. Okay, so have a look at this part. Okay, so what's the impact? Right, you should write something like that down. Okay, done. That should cover this 5 marks. Can? Okay, let's move on to the next part. The next part of the question, you are reviewing draft assurance report in relation to examination of forecast for Tulip Co. Forecast is included in a proposal due to be sent to Tulip's lenders as part of an effort to secure new loan. Audit procedures conclude there is no reason to believe the forecast is unrealistic and or it has been not properly prepared. We're currently reviewing draft assurance report which provide below. Okay, now the first one you should be aware of is going to be what? The idea here, what is your forecast all about? Now, what's your forecast all about? Is it an independent auditor report? Okay, and independent auditor's report on forecast of this one. So this is correct. Okay, this is wrong to the shareholders. That's wrong. Okay, it's supposed to be to address to the bank. Okay, it's supposed to be addressed to the bank, the intended user, okay, or the board of director who wish to use it for loan. Now, we have examined the information of Tulip contained in loan proposal in accordance with relevance assurance standard applicable to examination of PFI. well, relevant standards of assurance. I think you must mention the relevant standards. Got it? You must mention the relevant standards. Thyme is not responsible for forecasts. Thyme Co is not responsible, including assumptions on which it is based. Right. This one is wrong. You should be talking about okay. Based on our examination of evidence supporting the assumptions, we believe that these assumptions provide a reasonable basis for our forecasts. Okay. Further, in our opinion, forecast is properly prepared on the basis of assumptions presented according to IFRS. Actual results are likely to be different for forecasts since assumptions, the words are not right. Okay, these words are not right. Okay, so signed by assurance engagement partner Thyme. Okay, now let's go through one by one and see what's going on with this one. So this is going to be part B. And you're getting about how many marks for this? You're getting about 8 marks. So you need to talk about 8 points. Okay, let's talk about 8 points that you can get from this one. So the first one is going to be so the first point you should talk about is it's supposed to be for okay, you got the forecast, you got also the period. If you look at it properly, it says here that's also wrong. The current report highlights something. Okay, that's about the responsibility part. You can say nothing has come to our attention which cause us to so the assurance should be correct. Okay. Other things that you should be aware of is going to be you got uncertainty and that results may differ. That's all. Okay. Right, that should be sufficient. Are you okay in this part? And that should cover the distribution of the reports. And that covers how this question would have been handled. Alright? So that covers your question called Thyme. Any questions there, guys? All of you okay? Okay, we're done with Thyme. Again, there's a closing question.